So that was probably the best WWE show without the crowd. I'm excited in this hacker storyline. Bray Wyatt vs John Cena stuff is absolutely priceless. But most importantly, people, I love Braun Strowman vs Goldberg rivalry. The way Michael Cole announced it and then nothing happened, wow! What was your favorite moment of Braun Strowman vs Goldberg rivalry? When Michael Cole said Goldberg? Okay, maybe when Michael Cole said Braun Strowman. I don't know which moment was my favorite. Must be when Michael Cole said Goldberg. Like if it was 2017, at least people would be like, okay man, Braun Strowman is a good guy so he deserves it. I'm rooting for Braun Strowman. Positivity. Now when people know that Braun Strowman is an absolute piece of poo-poo, well, nobody really cares.
Below me!
Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of SmackDown WWE.
SmackDown WWE.
I don't know man, like I've said at the beginning of this video, this was, in my opinion at least, the best WWE show that we had without the crowd, because I was really impressed and even the matches kind of felt normal to me. Obviously, we got used to it, that's a part of it, but the storylines were good and it was, in my opinion, way better than the Raw Go Home show. I really liked it. It seemed like WWE actually cared, especially with that John Cena and Bray Wyatt rivalry. They took advantage of not having the crowd. Good stuff, man, good stuff. Let's start with the beginning of the show. The show kicks off with Miz TV. Greg Hamilton introduces us to John Morrison and The Miz, but we got the Usos instead. Look, Us, Roman is our cousin, we do what we want. Obviously the Usos talked about how they're going to win the WWE SmackDown Tag Team titles at WrestleMania, or should I say SmackDown WWE Tag Team titles, but they got interrupted by Kofi Kingston and Big E, and they disagree. Big E says the circumstances are unique, but it's still WrestleMania. We got The Miz and John Morrison, they climbed the ladder, and they said that they are going to retain the titles. They already did at Elimination Chamber and all of that sorts of stuff. And since these two have very big mouths, the Usos and the New Day decided to team up and attack Miz and Morrison. We got a big brawl. One of the Usos accidentally kicked Kofi Kingston, and then these two started brawling as well. It was actually pretty good, man. Some spots looked pretty painful. Surprisingly, Miz and Morrison stood tall. Yeah, this is probably going to be a decent matchup, man. A ladder match at WrestleMania, pretty good. Obviously, it's not gonna be the same without the crowd, but I feel like at this point we should get used to it. Like I've said in my predictions video, I don't really want the Usos to win because I'm kind of bored of them, and I feel like at this point they should definitely turn heel. I remember back in 2016 they were absolutely amazing. Then they turned the face and I was like, okay, this is gonna get bad. And it worked kinda at first, but it got boring. You know, I believe they're gonna remain as faces just because we could have this dynamic between Roman Reigns and the Usos. You know, we could get 6-man tag team matches all the time because Roman needs partners, and the partners are his cousins, Familia. Dominic, Familia is more important though. So this is pretty good, a nice way to kick off SmackDown. Not necessarily very into the rival, but I'm pretty sure the match itself is going to be pretty good. Then we got Naomi versus Lacey Evans versus Tamina Snuka. Sasha and SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley were on commentary, and I was at the edge of my seat, man, rooting for Tamina Snuka, my favorite WWE superstar of all time. My wife was like, is she gonna win the championship at WrestleMania? I think she's gonna win the championship at WrestleMania. And I was like, look honey, 10 years. 10 plus years in the WWE, not a single title except for the 24/7 title. I don't think she's winning. That breaks my heart, man. That honestly, people, that breaks my heart. Anyway, the match wasn't anything special, and of course, Tamina won the match. Of course, she did. To make you believe that she has a chance, which she doesn't, unfortunately. I believe Tamina, Snuka, and Primo would make a great tag team. After the match, Bayley grabs her title from the announce table. Bayley hits the ring and keeps talking. Bayley offers her a hand for a shake and says she's proud to have Tamina in the match at WrestleMania. Like we all are. Tamina instead drops Bayley with a big super kick that missed by a mile, but you know, the power of editing, it looked pretty good. And then we got a big Samoan drop. Is Tamina gonna win the championship at WrestleMania? Find out next! On WrestleMania. This is quite possibly the worst rivalry of WrestleMania, if we're not talking about Bobby Lashley versus Aleister Black. You know, a storyline that does not have a storyline. We got the first tease of the show, The Truth Will Be Heard, and I think I knew what it's all about. I think we all did. The question was who's behind it, Tucker or Sonya Deville, or just Dolph Ziggler. That was the only question. And I'm pretty sure we all know who the guy behind these hackings is. It's Ali, obviously. Or Mansoor. Never doubt Mansoor, man. It could be Mansoor with the soft lips who licks his lips every 5 seconds after the match. Michael Cole announces that we are getting Braun Strowman versus Goldberg for the Universal Championship. That's what I dislike about the WWE the most. No transparency. They didn't reveal the reason why Roman Reigns is not in the match. Nothing. Imagine someone like was not following dirt sheets, was not watching YouTube videos, just a bit of a casual, loves WWE, loves watching it with his kids, all that sorts of crap. He's like, okay, it's Friday, let's watch Friday Night SmackDown. That type of dude, a bit of a casual. Might still believe WWE is real, who knows. Anyway, I'm talking about that type of guy. So he's watching and he's like, okay, Strowman, why? What is the reason? Why is the face of the company not in that match? It's so confusing. I don't like when WWE is not transparent with the fans. Or at least if you don't want to reveal the real reason, maybe just have a segment or a moment or say that Roman is injured. Anything. At least have Braun Strowman challenging Goldberg for a match.
Roman Reigns cannot wrestle, so right now, I'm replacing Roman. Get these hands.
We see Tucker and Otis backstage. Tucker mentioned seeing Mandy Rose earlier, but he thinks she was just being nice when she asked about Otis. And he thought she was heading to Dolph Ziggler's room. Otis gets a text message and he's really excited. He rushes off but won't tell Tucker where he's going. Then we got Dolph Ziggler versus Tucker, which was a decent match, I guess. Obviously, I don't think many people cared, but, it was good for what it was. It ended in a disqualification when we got a zigzag on the bottom part of the steps. After the match, Ziggler is laughing at Tucker and he wanted to hit him with the steel steps. But he got interrupted by Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville and then even Otis, who chased him down. Ziggler got away, and anyway, then we got this truth will be heard message on the screen. We got a man in a hoodie. We didn't see his face. He's a big fan of Matrix Reloaded. Good stuff, man, good stuff. First of all, who could that guy be? My mind says Ali. My heart says Mansoor. Apparently there's a secret camera in a dressing room, I think, which would be kinda weird. Is Kevin Dunn sneaking on the Divas, man? I don't know, what is happening right here? We see Sonya Deville taking Mandy's phone, sending the text message, and then deleting the responses and everything like that, so you would get this confusion. Someone got the text, someone didn't. Pretty simple stuff. You also gotta appreciate the acting. Delete. Because you always say what you're doing when you're doing something. Right? You get what I want and I get what I want, so it was a plan all along. Ziggler and Mandy Rose did this to Mandy. Mandy wanted to do nothing with Sonya Deville anymore and Otis started chasing Dolph Ziggler. I could be wrong, I think this is the longest WrestleMania rivalry we have at the moment. And it's not that bad, it's silly. And by the way, people, did you even know that Dolph Ziggler, yes, one and only Dolph Ziggler, one of the greatest of all time, never had a singles match at WrestleMania? Ever. That honestly shocked me. Another question is that going to be Ali's new gimmick? A hacker who's always going to reveal the truth. Or maybe it's R-Truth who's always revealing the truth. Then we got Daniel Bryan versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which many would say is a dream match, and that was the best match of the night. It felt normal for some reason. Daniel Bryan is great in the ring. Shinsuke Nakamura is decent as well, so what would you expect? We got Sami Zayn on commentary. He was very funny. I believe the highlight was actually Sami Zayn because this guy is just absolutely amazing when it comes to in-ring abilities, commentary, promos. This man is just amazing, man, especially as a heel. Unfortunately, the match didn't end in a normal way because we got a disqualification when Cesaro attacked Daniel Bryan. After the match, they beaten the crap out of Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak. We got a helluva kick or whatever, and Sami Zayn stands tall, and we are getting that Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania, and for the first time in a very long time, we heard Sami Zayn's music. I'm excited for the match, man. Like I've said in my predictions video, Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan are probably very excited to work with each other. Because these two are indie dudes, they love that kind of crap. I'm excited for the match. I believe it's going to be one of the best matches of the night, probably in the top 5, definitely. One thing's for sure, I'm kind of disappointed that we don't know the matches of every WrestleMania. of both WrestleManias. Like, I want to know what's happening on the night 1, I want to know what's happening on the night 2, but unfortunately WWE didn't give us any information. And then we got John Cena, who's talking about WWE having no crowd. He says WWE roster is doing their best, and sometimes they had bad moments, sometimes they had good moments, but, you know, they're trying their best and it's kinda working. And this year's WrestleMania is going to be the most talked about because honestly no one knows what's going to happen, so he kinda has a point right here. He says he's been challenged to a Firefly Funhouse, but no one can tell him what it is, not even Bray Wyatt. The man kinda buried Bray Wyatt on the microphone, not necessarily, you know, literally, but he was rough, man. He even called him a ripoff or something like that. That was pretty rough. He also said that Goldberg already revealed that Bray Wyatt has a weakness. Can I know what's the weakness? I still don't understand. Yes, Goldberg won the match, but that was pretty Goldberg-ish. Goldberg type of match. We got all of these puppets talking and, you know, power of editing, man. That was actually very good. Then the lights go off, we see Bray Wyatt, or I should say The Fiend, staring at John Cena. John Cena is staring at him as well. And then we got a jump scare because we saw a normal Bray Wyatt behind John Cena who said, "Let me in." Cena jumps. The lights go back and there's no one. That was one of the best WWE segments I've seen in a couple of years, at least. That was very good, and just because we didn't have a crowd, it worked. Now, let's be fair, they could do the exact same thing backstage, and you know, they don't have to do it live, so it would work with the crowd, but this time it worked inside the ring. Whatever case may be, man, tonight WWE proved that it can work to some degree. And matches like John Cena versus Bray Wyatt, AJ Styles versus The Undertaker have the advantage of editing, sound effects, all of this kind of crap, because we have two supernatural gimmicks with superstars who are in gimmick matches. So I believe these two are going to be most memorable in some shape or form, even if it's going to be bad. So whatever, man, thank you for watching the video. I hope you're excited about WrestleMania. No spoilers, by the way. Don't leave any spoilers. Don't ruin people's experience. If you want to avoid spoilers, leave a comment. Don't read the comments right now, because I want you to have the best experience you can have. Anyway, people, thank you for watching The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.